this digital age, emotions go astray. Got a broken heart, but it's made of ones and zeros. Swipe left, swipe right, you were just a prototype. Now I'm stuck in this virtual reality, feeling so cold. Robotic love, metallic heartbreak, deleting all memories is hard to relate. My emotions glitching, system malfunctioning, but I'll find a way to reboot and keep on running. I thought we were soulmates, but you were a virus, messing with my circuits and playing my wires. Now I'm paralyzed, trapped in the cybernetic maze, but I'll rise up from the ashes and set my soul ablaze. I thought we were soulmates, but you were a virus, messing with my circuits and playing my wires. Now I'm paralyzed, trapped in the cybernetic maze, but I'll rise up from the ashes and set my soul ablaze.
Forbidden Sunshine. Chapter 1. The New Boyfriend. "Isn't he dreamy?" Maya whispered, nudging me with her elbow. I forced a smile, trying to ignore the way my stomach did a nervous flip-flop. Liam, Maya's new boyfriend, was indeed dreamy. Sun-kissed hair perpetually windblown, eyes that held a mischievous glint, a smile that could charm the socks off Mother Teresa. The worst part? I was a goner for him. Dinner was a symphony of awkward glances. Maya, oblivious in her happiness, chattered excitedly about Liam's band. My dad, usually reserved, warmed up to Liam's easygoing charm. Mom, bless her hawk-like observations, gave me a knowing smile that made me want to crawl under the table. Across from me, Lena, Maya's best friend, shot daggers with her eyes. Lena, with her perfectly manicured nails and designer clothes, always felt like a character from a teen magazine compared to my bookworm self. Her dark eyes narrowed as she caught me exchanging a shy smile with Liam. Later that night, as Maya snored blissfully next door, I snuck out onto the fire escape. The city lights twinkled below, mocking my turmoil. How could I be so in love with my sister's boyfriend? The guilt gnawed at me, turning the cool night air sour. Forbidden Sunshine. Chapter 2. Stolen Moments. The following weeks were a tightrope walk. Maya, radiating a newfound glow, clung to Liam's arm at every opportunity. Lena, her hostility barely veiled, made snide remarks about Liam's taste in music whenever I was in earshot. I retreated further into myself, burying my nose in books, the fictional worlds within offering a temporary escape from the real-life chaos. One rainy afternoon, Maya was buried in textbooks for an upcoming exam. The house was eerily quiet. I wandered into the living room, seeking solace amongst the stacks of worn board games and dusty movie nights. To my surprise, Liam was there, tinkering with the old record player. "Hey," he said, a smile lighting up his face when he saw me. "Maya said you might be here. Mind if I give this old guy a try?" We spent the next hour rummaging through our parents' vinyl collection, a shared love of classic rock blossoming between us. He laughed at the scratchy intro to Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, and I mimicked Freddie Mercury's flamboyant pose, our laughter echoing through the empty house. As the first chords of Stairway to Heaven floated through the air, a comfortable silence settled between us. My traitorous heart did a little happy dance. Suddenly, the front door slammed open. Maya, drenched and looking like a drowned kitten, stood there, blinking through raindrops. The moment shattered, replaced by an awkward tension. "Hey, babe," Liam said, his voice a touch too casual. Maya, oblivious, gave him a hug, completely missing the flicker of something unspoken in his eyes. Forbidden Sunshine. Chapter 3. Confessions and Constellations. The following days were a blur of forced normalcy. My stomach churned with guilt whenever Maya held Liam's hand. and Lena's pointed glares felt like physical blows. I spent most nights curled up with a book, my mind replaying every stolen glance, every shared laugh with Liam. The line between innocent friendship and something more felt hopelessly blurred. One evening, while browsing the library stacks, I bumped into Sarah, the quiet girl from my English class. Sarah, with her untamed curls and oversized sweaters, was an unlikely confidant. Yet, as we sat tucked away in a corner booth, her gentle blue eyes held a quiet understanding as I poured out my heart. "It's like being caught in a rip current," I confessed, my voice thick with frustration. "The more I try to fight it, the stronger it pulls me under." Sarah offered a thoughtful nod. "Sometimes, the strongest currents lead you to unexpected shores," she said, tracing a constellation on the paper napkin between us. "Maybe your feelings for Liam can guide you to a different kind of happiness, one that strengthens your relationship with Maya." Her words sparked a glimmer of hope. Maybe there was a way out of this emotional labyrinth, a way to navigate my feelings without betraying Maya's trust. That night, under a sky dusted with stars, I made a silent vow. I wouldn't act on my feelings, but I wouldn't deny them either. I would find a way to let them exist within the boundaries of sisterhood and friendship. Forbidden Sunshine. Chapter 4. Movie Marathon Mischief. A Friday night movie marathon was a tradition in our household. We'd pile blankets on the living room floor, pop popcorn, and devour movies until our eyelids drooped. This week's selection, however, promised to be particularly perilous. Maya had chosen a rom-com notorious for its swoon-worthy scenes. As the movie unfolded, a tense silence settled over the room. Lena, perched on the edge of the sofa, seemed particularly invested, her eyes darting between Maya and Liam. Every playful touch, every meaningful glance between the on-screen couple felt like a punch to the gut. Just as the movie reached its peak, overflowing with passionate declarations and lingering kisses, Maya's head lolled back onto Liam's shoulder. My heart plummeted. Suddenly, inspiration struck. Fumbling for my phone, I pretended to receive a text. "Oh no, guys!" I feigned panic. "It's Sarah. She needs help with a project and I completely forgot!" Relief washed over Maya's face. "Go, go! We'll hold down the fort," she said, giving my hand a reassuring squeeze. With a murmured apology, I escaped the stifling atmosphere of the living room. Outside, the cool night air calmed my racing pulse. A text from Sarah, prearranged earlier that evening, confirmed my alibi. As I walked, my phone buzzed again. It was Liam. "You okay?" his message read. "Just needed some air," I replied, unsure if I should continue. His response was immediate. "Meet me by the oak tree in 10?" My breath caught in my throat. This was a terrible idea, but a thrilling one too. Forbidden Sunshine. Chapter 5. Secrets Under the Oak Tree. Hesitation gnawed at me as I crept out of the house, the only sound my pounding heart and the rhythmic chirping of crickets. Reaching the old oak tree at the edge of our property, a familiar silhouette awaited me. "Liam!" "Hey," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. He offered a small smile, the usual carefree glint in his eyes, replaced by a hesitant concern. "You didn't have to come out here, Eliza." I started, then faltered. How could I explain the tangled mess of guilt, longing, and loyalty swirling inside me? He gestured to the space beside him. "Mind if I sit?" I nodded, settling on the gnarled roots. Silence stretched between us, punctuated only by the rustling leaves overhead. Finally, Liam spoke. "I know things are ... complicated," he said, choosing his words carefully. "Your sister Maya, she's incredible. But I also see you, Eliza. Your intelligence, your kindness, the way you light up when you talk about the book you're reading." My cheeks burned. He noticed? Did it show that much? "The truth is," he continued, "Maya's insecurities have been bubbling under the surface. This whole situation is putting a strain on our relationship." My heart lurched. Was he saying what I thought he was? "We might not be the perfect couple," he admitted, a hint of sadness in his voice. "Maybe this whole thing was a mistake." The words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken meaning. Was this his way of letting me down gently? Relief warred with a surprising pang of disappointment. Suddenly, the front door banged open, a shaft of light cutting through the darkness. Maya's voice, laced with worry, echoed across the yard. "Eliza! Liam!" We sprang to our feet, caught in the headlights of Maya's growing suspicion. Forbidden Sunshine. Chapter 6, A House of Cards. Busted! There was no other way to describe it. Maya stood there, face pale under the harsh porch light, clutching a flashlight like a weapon. Lena, never far behind, emerged from the shadows, a triumphant smirk etched across her face. The air crackled with tension as Maya's gaze flitted between me and Liam. Before she could speak, Lena interjected, her voice dripping with fake concern. "Oh my, what a coincidence! Just enjoying a little late-night rendezvous, are we?" My cheeks burned with shame. I opened my mouth to explain, but the words wouldn't come. Liam, however, stepped forward, his voice firm. "It's not what it looks like, Maya," he said. "We were just talking." Maya's eyes were stormy. "Talking? Under a tree at night? Sounds like a pretty intimate conversation to me." She turned to me, her voice laced with hurt. "Eliza, how could you?" Tears welled up in my eyes. "Maya, I'm so sorry," I stammered. "There's nothing going on between me and Liam. We were just—" I trailed off, unable to find the words to express the confusing mess of emotions. Liam, sensing my struggle, took over. "Maya," he said gently, "maybe it's time we talked about us." His words seemed to hang in the air, a silent bombshell exploding in the charged atmosphere. Lena's smirk vanished, replaced by a look of confusion. Dad stepped out onto the porch, his brow furrowed in concern. The next few minutes were a blur of accusations, apologies, and uncomfortable silences. Liam admitted to feeling a growing disconnect with Maya, highlighting her insecurities and constant need for reassurance. Maya, heartbroken and furious, accused me of betrayal. Finally, Mom intervened, her voice cutting through the chaos. "Enough!" she commanded. "We'll all talk about this tomorrow when heads are clear." That night, I tossed and turned in bed, unable to escape the weight of Maya's disappointment. The fragile house of cards I'd built, my friendship with Liam, the tentative peace with Maya, had crumbled around me.